Go live. I think we are live. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time wherever you are. And I hope you get value from today's webinar on belief shifting content and how you can transform prospects into clients, because content is still king. If you're not putting out content, people don't know how you can help them and how you can move them to a much better place. So I will just share my screen and can you guys see that? I think everybody can see that. If you have any questions or chats, a small group, please just raise up in terms of anything you want a clarification on. So I will just put that up there. Put it on slideshow. It's probably better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so webinar, how to turn prospects into clients with belief shifting content. So my belief is belief shifting content, I believe, is probably the most powerful content you can actually do. Because you think about it, most people are doing maybe educational content, maybe, doing, 3 tips to do X, kind of all of that type of content, and maybe some inspirational content, reposting other people. That is not going to move your prospect to kind of, book an appointment and, an opportunity to kind of work with you. Belief shifting content is actually you're challenging a deep, what it says, beliefs, underlying beliefs that they might have, which are probably keeping them back. And you're challenging them on and replacing it with new beliefs that will get them a new perspective and a new identity in terms of they can move forward with their life. So I've been trying to do more belief shifting, kind of talking deeper to the deeper why of people. And it's got me much more engaged in terms of content, much more people reaching out to me than before. So just on definitions of kind of what belief is. So this is, I think it's from the Oxford Dictionary. So it's kind of any proposition that is accepted as true on the basis of inconclusive evidence. So I think the word there is inconclusive evidence. So it's based on people's perception of what a belief is. We go through life on beliefs that maybe are not true, but they're in some ways they're holding us back. We think about kind of the beliefs that we had that were instilled to us when we were young, and those programs are still working out to this day. And those beliefs that we were instilled at that point, we still have those beliefs today. So if you are trying to help your prospect become a client, you have to challenge those beliefs that they're not working for that person. And you have your program will help them instill a new belief so they actually can live that life that they want to live, not stuck kind of in where they are at the minute. So that's why beliefs are really quite powerful, because unless you change the beliefs about yourself, how are you going to become that person you want to become? It's as simple as that. So does that make sense to anybody? Caroline, Debbie, anyone? Makes sense to people in terms of what beliefs are? Are you writing any belief shifting content? Is anybody writing any belief shifting content? Trying to challenge your client, your prospect, kind of about something they believe is true, but is probably keeping them back. It's probably not. It's a belief instilled in them that is limiting them in some way. So that's more about beliefs. So this slide is about shifting beliefs. So how do we shift beliefs? So shifting beliefs, kind of, there's kind of 4 categories about shifting beliefs, you know, in the online space, sort of through your content, kind of content you consume, content your clients consuming, what beliefs are you trying to shift, what content are you, and you know, you're studying others, collecting and borrowing their beliefs. You know, the best way to try to change beliefs is actually to borrow someone else's beliefs, and then you embody those beliefs, and then that instills change in you. So you can get that from content, either content you are consuming, or you know, you want your prospect who wants to move into client, what they're consuming. So that's a great way of shifting belief is through content. Culture is actually you know, the environment that actually is people level up and think think bigger. People are playing small most of the time. They're stuck in a limiting belief about kind of where they are. They haven't got maybe the you know, they're not thinking big enough, not thinking kind of like, you know, I can be that person I always wanted to be. Most people have basically 2 identities. They have like an identity they show to the world, and then they have like a core identity in terms of who that person they want to be. So really the culture is kind of how do we unlock that core identity most people have to become a bigger person, to think bigger about themselves. And culture is like, you know, we all live in a culture, you know, kind of you know, we're all from a culture or part of a culture. So you can, you know, travel around new cultures and doing, you know, if you want to be a different person or kind of experience, you know, shift beliefs, go and live somewhere else. That's what I've been doing kind of a lot of my life, is I've kind of, you know, immersed myself in different cultures, and that certainly shifted my beliefs about, you know, where I came from, and kind of thinking much bigger, thinking kind of, you know, that, you know, there's a whole world out there that can shape you into, you know, a much better person. Connections. So you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, but it's really quite common in this entrepreneurial space, is you are the sum of the people you hang around with. So if you're hanging around with people who are keeping you down, or saying kind of you're not moving forward, you know, those people will just say, why are you doing this? You know, you should be, you know, instead of you know, being an entrepreneur is the classic, whereby, you know, it takes time. You're probably working harder being an entrepreneur than you will be in a job. And most people don't understand that. And they say, well, have you made any money yet? I've had that many a time when I was early on. You're doing all this art, you're making, it's not but they're coming from a different frame. They don't really they've got a belief there of why should anybody move out of kind of the structures of, you know, 9 to 5, working for other people, kind of that's the way they're thinking. Where if you're in a growth mindset, the best way is to surround yourself by people who think like that, have those connections with people, hang around people who are thinking bigger, then you can feel as if you are, you know, being supported by those people. That's why online communities and finding kind of empowering online communities is very hard, because you don't have to be location specific. You can kind of, you know, have those communities worldwide. Next is the people you're around shape the level of thinking. Again, I touched upon it. You know, if they're always, you know, having a very fixed mindset, you will have a fixed mindset. That will kind of, it's very difficult to move beyond that. If you're have those people that are in your circle that are not, you know, thinking bigger, or how kind of like keeping you, always criticizing you, critical in terms of what you're doing or why you should be doing that. So it's connections and culture are quite big. If you don't have actually surround yourself with the right people in the right environment and culture, it's very difficult to sort of see how you can break through and become a different person. And finally is creation. And some are actually doing the work. So you're doing the content, you're consuming content, you've got the right, you're in the right culture, you're thinking bigger, you've got people who are supporting you, you've got that. So it's actually doing the work and actually moving your beliefs of, hey, I was here, and kind of shifting it to a new belief of, you know, I am the vehicle of my own destiny. I can become the person that I want to become. There's nothing holding me back. And you have that belief, that new belief, that now you can, you know, translate to your prospect, translate those new beliefs and how you came to that, and show them that journey. Document your journey is always the best type of content. If you can document how you change your beliefs over time, then you can empower other people to do the same. So actually doing the work and shifting your beliefs. And then especially doing the things that the person you're trying to become does that are different to what you already are doing. You know, it's the same sort of thing. You actually step into the shoes of that person you want to become. Every day you're actually waking up and thinking bigger. You're doing bigger. You're empowering yourself to kind of be that person that you want to be, that mission and vision that you have for yourself, that you're actually doing the work to become that person. So that's kind of in the whole shifting beliefs space. So does that make sense? Those are like the 4 elements of shifting beliefs. You should be doing yourself, but you should be, you know, in your content. It's one of the conversations and the kind of the values you should be having when you're talking with clients is in those four categories. So so shifting beliefs is kind of, if you want to put this in practice, is write 10 beliefs you will currently hold you want to rewrite. So write that, and then write down 10 empowering beliefs you want to hold. Just like that last one, you know, what beliefs I kind of want to kind of, what I currently hold that I want to rewrite. I don't want to, you know, I want to, I want to be a coach. I want to be, a life coach. I don't want to be, maybe I'm stuck in a 9-to-5 job and I'm an accountant and I want to be a life coach. The belief I have maybe as I can't move from maybe a safe, that safe job to become someone who's actually serving someone, and maybe that bridge, the belief is that, I can't possibly do that. But you want to change that belief to something that has an empowering belief that you want to hold that, that is possible because other people are doing it. Other people are quitting their 9-to-5 and becoming that person they want to become. That core identity I talked about. Everybody has like 2 identities. It's like the identity we show to the world, and the beliefs that come with that, and the social norms that come with that, and also the core identity and the beliefs of that person we want to hold. So does that make sense? Good. What about you, Caroline? What you want to empower new beliefs?
Yeah, makes sense, and yeah, definitely.
It's what's kind of beliefs you have at the minute you want to rewrite?
Just about being confident as a coach. I feel like I'm lacking confidence and I want to be more confident.
Right. Confidence just comes by doing it more often.
Yeah.
It's just, confidence is about putting yourself out there, and just over time, while you're doing it, you automatically become more confident. So this is sort of this happens so many times, the coaches putting themselves out and they feel an imposter, they feel as if they don't know enough, they feel as if they can't get the result for the clients. That is normal. That's growth, by the way. That shouldn't be something you should hide away from. That means you're growing into that person you want to become. But it's sort of like a journey. It's not it's not an overnight thing. You just do more of that. You do the reps of getting on clients, getting the small wins for clients, and then moving them to maybe bigger wins for your clients. And then you get more confidence that you can actually deliver that change that they want. And you can change their, and then you see their beliefs change. You see kind of what that they, I can actually, I don't have to stay where I am. Actually, I can be a much more empowered person because of, they never thought they could do something. Make sense?
Yep.
Right, next is content. So I'm kind of focusing on content because this is all about kind of moving prospects to clients with authority-based content. So there's 4 things in terms of content type. And this is, I only really came across this recently in terms of some guy I was following, and he's kind of put it into 4 categories. All your content should be in this sort of frame. So I've got to teach content, so you're demonstrating your experience, kind of like people will see you smart, someone who really knows their stuff. So kind of that's the confidence piece we talked about, kind of more doing the reps, teaching someone, giving pure value for some people and actually helping them with a problem they're dealing with. Then we got share content, that's bringing people in your life, sharing, kind of showing you as a person, showing you as a kind of a rounded individual. It's not just, I'm just not a teacher kind of pumping out content. I'm actually have a real life and actually have aspects of my life that I want to share with people that kind of share my values and beliefs. That the person you're attracting is attracted to you because they share your values and beliefs. So that's what kind of sharing content is. You don't have to get into vulnerability in terms of for vulnerability's sake. I know that a lot of people do like doing some kind of some traumatic event in their life and they kind of share it with people. I personally am not a big fan of that. I share something that if that was aspect of, that helped someone move to a different place and stuff like that, I don't go into the deep, deep trauma space of kind of like sharing that. I think more people are interested in just you as a person, the values you have, and kind of that they feel they are more aligned to that person, to you. So give. Sort of, this is more kind of giving stuff, okay? You're giving opportunities to work with you, opportunities, maybe giving away lead magnets, giving away something of value that they can take away and get a small win from. You're giving away maybe assets and trainings, maybe something like this. You're actually, you're teaching someone, but then you're actually demonstrating that in, webinar, kind of maybe you're building a community. Or a call, maybe you're actually proposing, to kind of book a call with you in terms of that. So it's more, you're asking people to kind of take action, which is essential. If you're just teaching people and sharing stuff, but you're not actually giving stuff and sort of getting that reciprocation of kind of for them to kind of move along and book an appointment, it doesn't, you're missing an opportunity. Show content, actually demonstrate those wins you're getting for clients. And it doesn't have to be kind of a big testimonial, small testimonials. I do like small snippets. If someone has kind of commented on something in the DMs or some kind of a client has complimented me on some aspect of my services, something that kind of that, and they sent me a DM about it, I clip that and keep a folder of that in terms of those small wins are as big as the bigger wins, because they show you've helped someone along the way. move them to a different place, and they appreciate that. So get client testimonials, say those clip things, you can kind of clip from DMs, or get video testimonials. Video testimonials are great because you can actually, you're actually seeing someone converse about kind of your services. Just make sure you structure the video testimonial right. Because it's like an opportunity. When you ask people for a video testimonial, it's a big thing. There's a commitment there to kind of set a camera to kind of say something about how you help them. So make sure you've got a kind of structure to it. Because if you just ask someone for a video testimonial and give them no guidelines, you're likely to get maybe not the best testimonial back, in my opinion. So set up the guidelines in terms of maybe a script. If anybody wants that script, I can send it to you. By the way, nobody wants it. And how to actually say the right things on testimonial. Interviews, great things. A lot of people do interviews in their Facebook group, kind of interview. And interviews are great because you might not be an expert. You're interviewing an expert about a particular subject. And by transference, that expertise is imparted to you. So, by that, people actually view you with some expertise as well, even though you might not be expert in that subject. But by transference, you actually have some authority in that space as well. So interviews are great, kind of building up rapport kind of expertise with your audience. So you're showing your expertise. Past work projects, obviously kind of something you've done. You can demonstrate that in terms of results you've got for your clients. In the make money online space, obviously everywhere in terms of like Stripe accounts and much money people are making and whatever. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that. You won't see a lot of that in my content. I don't think that attracts a very shallow mindset in some ways. People want that quick win, or think because, in the first 90 days I'm going to make $20,000. It rarely happens, and attracts possibly the wrong mindset. We're talking about people who want a deep change, it's like the lottery winning mentality. Most lottery winners, when they win a lot of money and then they lose it as quickly because they have a scarcity mindset around money. So the same kind of thing about you want to be helping people in terms of shifting beliefs, that actually if they have a coaching business and they're generating revenue, that that revenue is going to be maybe invested into their business rather than sort of buying kind of frivolous things that will not move them in the right way. Next is showcasing unique mechanism process. This is, if you go through my kind of coaching, I talk about this quite a lot. There's so much noise in the online space. Everybody's saying the same things. Everybody is either, a NLP kind of practitioner, or a healer, or a, hypnotherapist, all different type of thing. Now, those are not what people are buying. They're not buying. They're not coming to a person to sort of like, I can teach you, I can help you become a better person through NLP. It's not really going to get many hands raised. What you want to be showing is some kind of mechanism or process that can help people get that dream outcome. You're selling the dream outcome. You're selling that belief change. If they instill that change of belief, they become a new identity and they become a much better person. That better person has a better life, has better relationships with the people that surround them. And they're more, they're more at ease with themselves and all the benefits that come from that. So you're showcasing a mechanism that can get them that dream outcome. And NLP and hypnotherapy and healing might be part of that, but you have to encapsulate that within a process or mechanism to get to that. If you're just selling the service, people are not interested in just selling service. You're in a commodity. If you're in a coaching space, you're selling a high-ticket program to kind of get people a life-changing outcome, dream outcome. Okay. Does that make sense? I hope this is resonating, because this is the game. If you kind of do content type of all of those 5 categories regularly in short form, long form, both written, in video, your business will explode. Absolutely immense, because you're talking to, you're touching all of the points. And you layer in, belief shifting, challenging beliefs, and kind of, beliefs that they're currently having, new beliefs that you want to instill, and how it can help them. And you can show that, you can teach that, you can share that, you can, give an opportunity for people to experience that, or show kind of testimonials of other people who've had that shift. How many more people will want to work with you if you can do that? A hell of a lot more people. Okay. Next, this is just a content cadence. I don't know, cadence is kind of like just the rhythm of kind of content of that what I said. That's sort of like, this is sort of like, it's like Monday, your content is like, 5 days a week. I don't really do content at the weekend, might do that, but it's like, Monday we're doing a teach content, which Tuesday show, Wednesday share, Thursday give, and then, maybe Friday share again. So teach, share practical tips to overcome a common challenge in your coaching niche. So maybe teach that, show, and maybe share a success story, testimonial from a client, whatever. Then share your favorite hobby, kind of maybe share kind of something about yourself, and give, offer something, cheat sheet in your coaching niche. So kind of giving that. And then Friday, share an interesting, exciting, recent personal event. So maybe something again about yourself. And you can mix that up throughout weeks for, content cadence. But it's all aligned to your offer, it's not to your services. And that dream outcome you want to get for your client. It's not sort of like we're just posting stuff. Probably sharing probably is not a lot, but you're giving, showing, and teaching is probably aligned to kind of your services. That dream outcome you want for your client, you're teaching something about how they can achieve it. You're showing something about a success or test from a client who has achieved that, or giving something, a small cheat sheet or something that would help them get to that dream client, that outcome. So it's all aligned to kind of that dream outcome for your client. Make sense? Good. Hope people are getting value from this. So that's really your content cadence for a month. So you do that for 3-4 months. Just say, hey, I'm just going to lock myself in a room the next 3 months and kind of double down on my content, and really give as much value as possible, and teach, show, share, give to the person I want to serve, with call to actions to kind of book a kind of move them. You're maybe posting this in your Facebook profile or group, and move them from there to take action to kind of book an appointment, and then getting your calendar full with people who want to know more about how you can help them. So this is so important, and most people don't do it. So anybody want to take a screenshot of that? That is my belief shifting framework of I'll just click this as well. You can get, I think it's a PDF, but I'll just click it. I'll just go through this. So this is how you if you say, hi, Michael, that sounds all great, but how do I write a belief shifting piece of content? Okay, no, all right, I'll show you exactly how you can write a belief shifting piece of content. So this is just really simple. So we have top here, we have a current belief that your prospect is having, how it is affecting them, how it is affecting them. Maybe a story analogy kind of about that in terms of how it is affecting them. And then, you're introducing the new belief that if they instilled or embodied, they would get how this would benefit them. And then a call to action is, hey, you want more examples of how this could help you. Hashtag benefits below. You put I usually do hashtags as a call to action. Hashtag benefit below, or hashtag belief below. As some of you who've really signed up for this webinar, in terms of hashtag that, and then you get people below want to know more about how you change belief. So it's really taking them on a journey from current belief, how it's affecting them, some kind of story example about that, and a new belief that that if they were to embody that how this would benefit them, and a call to action. Or you might just do a pure value post, you might get a call to action, or even directly to an offer. If it's like a big belief that you're changing, hey, if you want this life-changing impact of this change, hey, I've got I'm taking 5 clients on my next group coaching program, and you might be, and give them an ask them to ask them to kind of put in the comments below, or the link below to kind of register for your program. So I'll just take kind of one way through one of them. Like the second one, I always do kind of like current belief. I need to have good writing skills to be good at Facebook organic. Using Facebook in terms of just organic traffic. How does it affect belief that they need good copywriting skills to be good in Facebook? And they're of a belief that my writing sucks. I'm not really good at copywriting. They have this belief that they need to have this textbook copywriting skill to write good, posts. But the story is, Facebook's a social network, and people want to connect with someone they know, like, and trust. Conversational posts will be far more effective than sales copy. So this belief that people have that they need this copywriting skills, or they feel as if they haven't, they're not good enough in terms of their grammar or English. That is not the reality. And Facebook is, they want to know you're a real person. They want to have that connection with you before they even would think about purchasing a program. They have to have a connection with you. You have to know, like, and trust you. So those conversational posts are much more effective than, say, a very stilted sort of post that that possibly ChatGPT could kind of generate, which I never knew. I don't use AI for any of my content. I think it might be good for ideas, but it's shit for content. I think it's you're out of integrity, frankly. If you think you kind of like can go to ChatGPT and write a piece of thing, well, that doesn't demonstrate your authority. That doesn't demonstrate you're just sort of shortcutting it, and you'll be found out later because you will not know the relevance of that piece of content that you might communicate with potential client. So that's why I don't really use any AI for my content. I might use it for idea generation, but I don't really use it for generating any content. So next is, Facebook. Yeah, talk from your experiences of the person sitting in the room next to you. So that's a great thing in terms of how can I talk to this person? Think about if that person was right next to you, kind of something they're dealing with that you can, that people can understand and can relate to. And then by the very fact of that, your content writing will flow, basically. You don't have to kind of say, what do you write next? If you don't have that flow in your writing, it becomes, there's resistance there. That's probably why you haven't got that idea of that person in the room. You're not kind of connected with that person. And then, you know, hey, I call the action was, well, if you want to know about examples of how to write in flow, how to write in person, you know, in a conversational manner, I have got some conversational posts. I want examples of that. Hashtag conversation below if you want some examples. So you're giving that as a lead magnet. An exchange for lead magnet, you're capturing people's details. So you now have people you can contact and book appointments for. So once you get into the flow, you don't really need, this is kind of at the start, you can kind of get a bit of some structure about belief shifting, but over a while you can sort of kind of, you can you know, you'll understand kind of how the structure of the post should work. But you can brainstorm current beliefs. You know, talked about 10 current beliefs that you want to change, rewrite. You know, that's a good place to start. What are my 10 current beliefs that I want to rewrite? One kind of what my prospect potential client wants to rewrite, and then that would drive everything. How is it affecting them? Maybe there's a story about that. New belief that you want to instill, kind of will change that belief, and how this will benefit from them, and how, you know, input a call to action about kind of, you know, if you want more information about this, click below that. Okay. So that is that belief shifting framework. I'll say that link will have that framework. I think it's in PDF, but you can create this in you know, a spreadsheet very easy. But what's the impression of that? Was that useful? Do you think you'll use it?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, well, I would just brainstorm. Say current beliefs. We talked about kind of current beliefs. Brainstorm can be current beliefs that your avatar, that your prospect have at the minute, and then just work from left to right and try to fill it out as much as possible. You have then content for weeks of content there, and then you can talk about, you know, the content cadence of, you know, the give, share, show. What was the last? Teach. You can kind of put that around that in terms of the belief about, hey, can I teach about that? Can I show somebody about that? Can I give something about that? What was the last one? Coachship. Yeah, I forgot the last one. But, you know, you can actually break that all up in terms of all just from this belief kind of beliefs. So you're challenging people's beliefs all the time. They're saying, yeah, that's where I am. They're thinking, crikey, that's Caroline's talking to kind of where I am at the minute. Kind of, I'm stuck in my own mind. This is how, and you can show them a new belief and kind of how that will benefit them. And you can demonstrate that, say, on a webinar. Hey, if you want stuck with this belief of not being enough, or you have self-worth issues, kind of, you know, I'm doing a webinar in 2 weeks' time, kind of how you can shift that, blah, blah, blah. Interested? Yeah. And get people involved, get people to register for that event. Then you're kind of having more people, and then those people, you can move to appointments whereby you're saying, hey, thanks for attending my webinar. That was obviously a small piece of my overall program. If you'd like to know kind of how you can have that dream outcome, because that's always that dream outcome of actually living a more empowered life, or kind of you know, living your best life, by getting rid of all that. Happy to have that conversation. So you're moving people to kind of having that bigger conversation about how you can get that dream outcome for your client. Excuse me. All right. I think that's it. sorry, I didn't want it to go on too long, but oh, sorry, last one. Content rules, just some kind of general content rules. Don't just speak to problems, speak to values. This is about core identity, niche, kind of like problems. Everybody has problems, but you're speaking to much deeper if you're talking to people's values. So something that is, and what if you're embodying the same values of your prospect client, that's a great alignment. So don't just speak to problems, speak to values. How to versus how I do stuff. Talk about it, what you do. Yeah. So if you are, it's like documenting your journey, stuff you have done yourself, you can demonstrate that and how I did this, how I did that. And that's sort of people much more relevant rather than how to. How to is like you can just trawl the internet to find how to content. How I is a much more personal way of kind of talking about what you do. Say document, don't create. Great. It's an amazing thing that Gary Vee talks about quite a lot. Is so you don't need to start creating all the stuff. Just look at your own journey, document it in terms of aspects of it. Create short and medium and long, kind of, so stories, newsfeed, video, sort of testing things out. So maybe testing stuff out, maybe in a Facebook story. Hey, that's got, I got some resonance there. Okay, newsfeed, maybe do a longer post or something in your newsfeed and then getting some more in that. Okay, great, let's do a video on that in terms of that. So it might give you a cadence of kind of moving just to test things on different aspects. And you can do that all within Facebook. You don't need to kind of go video on YouTube. You can do later on, but you can do just test those. Mix inspiration and preparation. Too prepared and stale. Waiting for inspiration, you'll be inconsistent. So it's all about, what's the best content on the internet? It's probably the unprepared content. It's not the sitting in front of a screen like I'm doing and kind of reading off an autoprompter. It's not probably going to get, it's rather than someone's just walking and talking and giving their opinion or belief about something that really connects with you. So that's having that inspiration, rather than being overly prepared. This is more about if you're a follower of Alex Hormozi, he has this one: make your free materials better than most people's paid materials. So that is sort of if you're giving away lead magnets, great. Make them as good as possible. Make them as if you would pay a small money, to kind of get access to those. Because there's so much crap out there in terms of ebooks and kind of stuff nobody reads, by the way. So I'm in the kind of thing whereby you have an ebook and then put a mini course at the back end of it. Here's an ebook. And I'm actually going to show you how you can implement that in a short course as well. How more valuable would that be? So invest time necessary to improve your skills. So always improving your skills. Ask how I can become better. Skills is the number one thing. People come into this business and their skills are just not where they need to be. You should be continually upgrading, upskilling your skills. The market is changing, kind of joining masterminds, joining people who you look up to, and becoming better at what you do. It's never a static game. Never stop obsessing, understanding your ideal client. Oh my God. Your ideal, you maybe have an assumption about your ideal client. It's changing all the time. You have an obsession about kind of your client, about what is keeping them up at night. What is the thing that is not where they want to be? What is the limiting beliefs they have about themselves? Why are they not where they want to be? At that kind of psychographic level, not at a demographic level, about kind of, male, female, age 25 to 35 from that doesn't really work anymore. You need to be getting several layers deeper with your ideal client in terms of what they're actually thinking, what they're feeling, and how you can meet them where they're at. Lastly, not leastly, this isn't about you. If you're having too many eyes in your content, I would maybe revisit that. It's all about the other person. They actually they don't really care about you. They actually care about coaching. They care about the result you're going to help them with, or the dream outcome you're going to help them with to get to that different place. It's not about you at all. So, all right. So there's some general content rules. What kind of like, I hope if you implemented that along with the kind of give the 4 categories of content plus the belief shifting thing, you would explode. Problem is, people don't do it. If you know, it's like, you know, it's probably, if you did all of those things, move people that, you'd have a $20,000 a month business like in 6 months. No question about it. Because content is king. You know, people are coming to your profile, consuming content. They say you're resonating with that. You're talking about something that is really deep in terms of your knowledge about that. You're teaching about that. You're giving aspects of your services away. You're demonstrating that maybe on a webinar. How more likely is that person to kind of book an appointment and want to know more about how you can help them? Probably very likely. Okay. So I hope the live stream worked. It was a bit of that. It's the first time I've done it under the new rules. So hopefully it's in the group somewhere. But any comments on that? I think that's the last slide. Yeah, I think that's the last slide. So belief shifting content, you want to download. It'll give you kind of a structure to kind of do belief. Put it in those 4 categories. Use the content rules, some kind of, you know, around kind of different those points. Your content will explode. And just get into that cadence of, hey, I'm just doing my wake up in the morning. I've got an hour to do my content, or sex out an hour in the morning to do your content, and just get into that habit. It's all about habits. You build in success habits of actually, hey, people know this is a time in the morning I'm doing my content to kind of, you know, to put it out to the world, to demonstrate my value, demonstrate my authority, to get people to raise their hands, to move them to work with me.
Michael,
Okay. Yes.
I was just wondering, do you know the Facebook algorithms? If you're posting content on Facebook now, is it showing up as much as it used to, or how often can you?
Profiles are still crushing it.
Is it?
I think look, good content. I don't worry about algorithms in terms of that. I really, people will find if you have good content, and it's and what I've said in terms of getting a much deeper aspect to your content writing, and you're adding friends and getting more eyeballs on that content, people will take notice of it. You know, I had a post there, went viral, I had 150 comments on it. I didn't think it was the best, like, and you don't really know, you're testing all the time. You're putting out content and seeing kind of that. Maybe something resonates with something on a particular aspect. Said, oh God, I've hit a vein of gold there. Okay, I'm going to double down on that. Maybe, and you know, share aspects of that, and you know, milk that to kind of get people to book appointments. But I don't really worry about algorithms and things because it's pointless, because that's something you can't control. Well, how am I going to control algorithms? That's all I can control is the quality, the quality of my content. How can I make it better? How can I become better? Okay. Any
Yep, thank you.
questions from anyone else? Debbie or Isadora? Very quiet. But hopefully everybody gets some value from that. And as I say, the recording will be in the group, in the main group. Hopefully it's recorded. And if you want to download that, if you want to actually if you want to send me any beliefs, if you do that, Caroline, and fill that out, I'll have a look at it. If you want to fill it out in terms of do a brain dump of beliefs that you want to shift, if you want to send me to, I'll have a look at it. That's okay.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, I will call it a day. And thank you everyone for attending. And I will see you on the next webinar, which I don't know what the title is yet. Okay. Thank you, Caroline. Have a great day. Debbie, Isadora, thanks for attending. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.